Hello and welcome to Gauntlet Comics, part of Gauntlet Comics because this is a thing. This is part of the Gauntlet community. The Gauntlet community is a worldwide group of 1,000 or more gamers who play tabletop RPGs and also live action RPGs, but we primarily play online over Hangouts on air. We can share with the world or each other, whatever the case may be. Gauntlet Comics is a living campaign. The idea behind it is that there are multiple GMs who are all running within a shared universe that is a comics imprint called Gauntlet Comics. And the main city of Gauntlet Comics is New Gauntlet City, called New Gauntlet City specifically because I used to run this thing called Gauntlet City Limits, and I wanted to differentiate the two. Although fans of Gauntlet City Limits probably see some of the neighborhoods, and it doesn't matter. We are playing Masks, a new generation, which is written by Brendan Conway and distributed by Magpie Games. It is a game about young adult superheroes, a team of them, getting to know who they're about, what kind of hero they will become when they grow up, as it were, when they become an adult superhero. That is part of the game. We are in the fourth of 4 sessions of Gauntlet Comics Masks, and this is one of 2 Masks games that are taking place this particular month. So, hey, if you're going to say comics, you have to have some masks. We got 2. We heard you like masks. We put masks in your masks, but I'm only running one of them, and Lowell's running the other. And I wish that I could play in his game, but he's a wait list of like 6 deep. Damn it. Guys, why do you not be slower on the mouse buttons? In this particular game, we have a very interesting, colorful group of characters that comprise our team. So if we could, let's real quickly remind everyone of the characters that we have at play. And unfortunately, Pillar, played by David, our newborn PC, may not be able to join us. He's having some internet issues. He did contact me ahead of time, and we'll like, he'll always be in the background, like drawn kind of shady. And if David shows up, then all of a sudden he jumps to the fore. If not, he was just always there. Agatha, please remind us of the character that you are playing.
Yeah, I'm playing Eddie, aka hashtag, and she is the Nova. She last session went on a date, possibly a group date ? And then she like got a ride home, and then all of her teammates showed up to fight her driver. It's weird.
It is weird. It's weird indeed. I think we have to jump to Sam to get Sam, your character, and maybe a little bit of your side of things there. So Sam, who are you playing?
Mild-mannered Aussie Academy nerd Adam Hawkray has a secret. He puts on a mask and fights crime as Kid Reactor, who can change his body to match any substance and teleport using the uncertainty principle when no one is looking. He went on a date, he believes, with the hashtag last session that was interrupted by his nemesis, the villain Isotope, who was created in the same accident that gave him his powers and his mother, Dr. Vivian Hawkray, cancer. However, Isotope seems to be employed by the corporation that hashtag lives with, and it's all very confusing right now. But I imagine we'll be punching each other soon enough.
You must have, Kid Reactor must have superpowers of predicting comics panels. Thank you very much. Jim, please remind us of the character you're playing.
Hey, I am playing Advika Kulkarni, who is the hero known as Harvester. She is using the Soldier playbook because she is an agent of Aeon, who in our new Gauntlet City comics universe, we have established they are kind of like if any folks read Marvel comics, they're sort of like S.W.O.R.D. in Marvel comics. They're kind of the extra governmental organization that is responsible for making sure that like extraterrestrial technology, like potentially disruptive extraterrestrial technology doesn't make its way to Earth, that any kind of extraterrestrial influence is moderated. They keep tabs on, basically intelligent life from outside our solar system and the effect that it has on Earth, and they have basically like a headquarters and embassy in New Gauntlet City. And Advika's parents were taken in an alien abduction, and that's how kind of she ended up under Aeon's care. She's a kind of like a ward of Aeon, but they have trained her because of the alien technology grafted onto her body that gives her 4 big articulated kind of spider-like arms, a la Lady Octopus from Dr. Octopus from Into the Spider-Verse. She's got that kind of a thing going on. And she is the thing we've been interested in with her, and the thing that I'm interested in is the divided loyalties between the team and Aeon. And Aeon has ordered her to join the team and try and kind of show the team the ropes, but also keep tabs on the team. And so we've been all along sort of seeing where her loyalties lie, and that's been a lot of fun.
Thank you, Jim. Last but not least, Jason, remind us of your character.
So I play Theodora Zachary, and she is the Star Playbook. She tells people that she got her powers when she was in Texas, and she lassoed a rampaging fire elemental and brought it to heal, and that's where she got her fire control powers. She's kind of a combination of Cops reality show and a cowgirl and a little bit of a mystic. Mostly she's out there making a big social presence, doing things that are big and splashy. Spent the entire last time pursuing the investigation that had been shut down. But then this other one popped up, and she's fine with that as long as, there's cameras rolling. She's pretty good with it. So that's where we are right now. Yeah, I think that about covers it.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, and she destroyed expensive hospital equipment.
The most expensive machine in the entire hospital.
And I got so many ratings for that. It was amazing.
With authority. So in the last issue, guys, ended with the Optimax van, where a particular member of the Optimax employee group who had come to pick up poor Eddie was being attacked for no good reason. Julio Alvarez, aka Isotope, seemed to be a bystander or a fine upstanding employee. In fact, his information was redacted from the Aeon records that Advika had obtained on him. And see, who was it who punched a hole in the windshield? I believe that was Advika.
Yeah, after clearly establishing that he was in fact wanted.
Yep,
I did that.
You did, right. So it was redacted as far as who Mr. Alvarez was. However, you did some cross-referencing with excellent detective skills.
He's got if he's got a warrant out, he's coming in. So
sweet.
Yeah.
Cool. So Eddie, the first thing that we see after the recap page is the look on Eddie's face with all of the glass in the air that's going in between Mr. Alvarez, Optimax employee, and yourself. From everyone has kind of attacked this place. There's a flaming Mustang, and by Mustang I mean horse. Don't worry, it's not a car. That has our star Theodora, and then Kid Reactor. Where are you in the shot, or in the frame, in the panel, as it were?
So the car pulled over, right?
Yeah, the van they pulled over to the side because they were just going to talk.
We'll say I'm on top of the car, kind of like peering over.
Nice. So what's the expression on Eddie's face with all of this noise?
I think it's one of those like classic, like whenever people draw like vintage style cartoons or like vintage style illustrations, that lady who's like, and then it's just like her hair is like blown back kind of vibe. That's what she looks like.
Love it. And Eddie's wearing a hat in this picture. What does her hair normally look like? It looks like it's kind of short, so I'm just kind of getting a...
Yeah, the picture I chose was actually one of a boy. But so I'm assuming her hair is like cropped pretty short and it's like really wavy.
Cool. I didn't know the gender, but that's totally...
Oh no,
fine.
but I chose it, and then I was like, well, it's just gonna be she, her. So it's all
Sure.
great.
Sounds awesome. Sweet. So you burst in, and immediately knowing the jig is up, Julio Alvarez reaches out with a hand, and we see this like white circle where his hand would be, and then this in-ray laser hits you full in the chest. The gig is up. It's all going down now. As
Oh, it hits me?
no, sorry. The U was very unclear. Advika gets hit full in the chest.
Pretty sure that was me, yeah.
Yeah, thrown back. You bounce a couple times and slam into a guardrail on the highway. And he says, they're trying to kidnap you. We need to go. And then he's going to try to take off in the car. Like, just throw it into gear and drive as fast as possible.
Oh.
Eddie, what do you do?
I would like to roll burn.
Okay, go ahead.
I may be freaking out a little bit. I mean, just a little bit. No, it's a lot. Okay. And I have one condition.
If only more people had given you conditions.
Roll a 5.
So the good news is that you get an experience point, which in this game is called a potential. Now, in the playbook for rolling for burn, is there something specific around? I just want to make sure I'm not overriding. For failing on trying to get the burn.
Nope. Oh, no.
On a miss, hold to burn. Yeah.
Just kidding. Yeah.
Just kidding.
Hold
yeah.
to
Okay.
mark 3 conditions.
Oh my
Okay. All right, folks.
That is great. Thank you for the question, Jim. Before we go any further, I think you guys, first of all, it is the beginning of the session. Let me throw one into the team pool. Guess what? It's already there. Now let's go through a few quick questions to establish. I'm sorry, you're going to ask something?
I'm not going to ask something. You add another one to the team pool because the team pool empties when time passes, but no time passed between.
At the start of every session, the GM adds a team to the pool.
Yeah.
So I was adding 1 to the pool. When you enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team, you add 2 to the team pool and go through a series of questions.
Oh, I thought we had 1 left over from last time.
I don't think they roll over. That's a really interesting.
What it says so not to delay the game for too much, but what it says in the rules is when time passes, the GM empties the team pool. So
And time definitely didn't pass. Okay, cool. I can buy that. You guys may need it. I mean, wait. No. Okay, yes. All right, so you're currently starting off with 2. Who is your team leader?
I think in this case, it's probably going to have to be Harvester as the person who kicked off the action.
Sounds fair. Harvester, do you have influence over every teammate?
No.
Now, I think I know the answer to this, and I don't think everyone has the same purpose in the fight.
No.
Okay.
No.
Does anyone
Pretty sure
distrust
that's not the
Harvester?
case.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, cool. Good to know. Good to know. And then, are you guys ill-prepared or off balance? You tell me.
Yeah. For this Nova thing? Yeah.
All right, so that means you added to the team pool because you had a mistrust and ill-prepared. That takes you back down to 0. So you're currently at sum of team pool 2.
I think I can can I mark a condition to keep from taking 1 out?
You sure can. You want to mark 2 conditions?
I'm going to mark 1 condition. I'm going to mark insecure because I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. So,
sweet. All right, so we've established all of that. Eddie, you start to get the burn. What does it look like when you get your burn? Like, is it I mean, it's comics, so it's got to have some kind of manifestation look.
Sure. I think it's probably like every single, not every single, like there's just like maybe like squiggly lines around objects that look like everything's like vibrating a little.
Nice. I like it. I like it. By the way, I'll just establish, because it may have been unclear. Well, it's totally unclear. What Julio just pulled off, you've never seen that before. Except it looks a little bit like, I think... Wait, Kid Reactor, do you have any kind of like powers of blasting or anything?
Kid Reactor does not. What Kid Reactor can do is he can turn his body to N-rays.
Right.
And he may have some kind of thing where like when he like really loses control, he might like turn to N-rays and start like radiating off N-ray stuff, which is very bad. But he does not have any blasting powers.
Okay. So you've never seen Kid Reactor blast, but there's something about the color that reminds you of Kid Reactor's powers. Like when he's almost lost control and things start to really bubble up, but this guy just blasted it out and hit Harvester full in the chest and sent her flying. And now he's going to try to drive away. And
Kid Reactor recognizes this power, right? This is not a new power of Rise Tape.
Okay. Yes, you've seen this. This is a thing that he does. Isotope does to you, or has done to you in the past. And we can, like, editor's note, see Kid Reactor solo special that was going to be a maxi series, but ended up being just 3 issues. Didn't sell that well. It's a whole lot of people are like, why do you do this sad stuff with the cancer? It's sad. And it didn't sell as well.
I would like to spend my 2 burns.
Immediately? Like right off? Okay. Oh, by the way, you did miss, which means that I get to do a thing.
Oh, that's true.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is never speak his name. Actually, I don't even know if that's a thing in Masks, but yeah. So what he does is the car picks up, like it starts to drive away, and then all of a sudden it hops up, and the wheels pop underneath, and these jets come, and it starts to fly away, a la Shield. So that could be a challenge for you guys. Cool. So you wanted to use your 2 burn. What would you like to do?
I would like to overcharge. Which is where I spend my 2 burns to get a 10+ when I unleash my powers.
That is nasty. Okay. Well, what are you? You're overcharging, so that means you get an automatic. You're spending. Hold on, I'm taking a look at it right now.
Yeah.
I think. There it is. What do you want to do with your power?
I would like to. I don't know what kind of street we're on, but I would like to.
You're on like a highway that slightly. It's one of those in-city highways, so it's slightly removed from a lot of other people. It's a 6-lane highway. This kind of a main thoroughfare type deal, and there's a overpass, and the guardrail there is what Advika just. I just saw there were 2 gems, and it spaced me out for a second. Sorry. Where Harvester had gotten thrown back and slammed into the like metal guardrail, and it bent a bunch of times.
Okay.
Is that a good, clearer picture of where you're at?
Yes. Yes. So there are like high rises around us, right?
Sure. There's one that says like, if you lived here, you'd already be home on the side.
So extra. I love it. I think what I would like to do is it's like my power is going a little cray, and maybe my hair's flying out a little, just like Storm. Like there's a lot of static electricity, and I think it's like all of the like balcony railings of all these different apartment or condos. They get like they're like shaking, and then they get pulled in, and then it just like keeps. It's like some get pulled in, and then some more keep hitting them, and then it's like it's gonna wrap us into this like space, enclosed space.
And when you say us and them, are you saying that the van has now been like wrapped up by a bunch of? Now, are these things coming out like tendrils and capturing, or are they all just wrapping around the van and covering it up?
I would like it to form like an egg-like space that contains all of
Okay.
us.
Okay,
So like
cool.
from the outside, you would just see this
so you
like
guys would be
metal egg.
closed.
Yeah.
That is wicked. And I don't think this thing can continue to fly like that because the propulsion would just really not be very successful. So I think that the van slams into, we see from the outside, we see all of these, like the guardrail comes up and wraps around it, and a bunch of the rails. There's like one guy who's just leaning against the rail and drinking a Mai Tai early home from work, and it gets yanked away from him. He's like, whoa, almost falls. And it snakes through the air from all of your powers, drawing everything together. And there's this weird lattice work egg around the van, and the rest of you guys, you're not all cut off. That was very thoughtful of you, and you're unleashing your powers. You guys slam into the highway, cracks a bunch of the asphalt and one car drives out of the way and honks their horns, idiot drivers, and they keep going. And then you guys, so your Mustang is somehow caught in this metal contraption. Theodora, what do you do?
It's caught in the contraption?
Well, not caught and can't move, but like you are within the contraption. It's an egg-like.
Sure. Yeah, we're all within the egg-like contraption.
Agatha she very thoughtfully allowed you guys to still do stuff against the bad guy.
Yeah, no. Every time someone decides on something, I have to think of a different way to be ostentatious. So I think that in this particular case, what's going to happen is that she's flipping up the camera. She's like, howdy, y'all. Now, we discovered recently that a supervillain infiltrated Optimax, or maybe was employed by them already. Let's go see if he surrenders. So she's going to knock on the window and smile in at Isotope. Y'all surrender? And I'm trying to be smarmy, and I'm trying to provoke him into being a jackass while wearing an Optimax uniform.
Nice. Yeah, I think you should probably provoke him because this is unwise at this point.
Everything Theodora does is wise.
Well, yeah, but what you're provoking him to do would be an unwise choice for him, is what I'm trying to say. You're being as wise as can be. Go ahead and provoke there. Roll plus superior to get him to do something.
Sure. 8.
All right. On a 7 to 9, they either rise to the bait and do what you want, or they can instead stumble, err, giving you a critical opportunity, or overreact. Yeah, with what's going on with Nova Girl, I think he's just going to go ahead and do what you want and blast you. Please take a powerful blow as he hits you with one hand. Well, at this point, he can't drive. So 2 hands worth of in-ray blasts to your face, which, probably going to catch on camera, I would think.
So I got a 5.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know. Don't I still mark potential for that, too?
You do indeed still mark potential. So on a miss for taking a powerful blow, you stand strong, mark potential as normal, and say how you weather the blow. What does this look like?
What happens is, like, he shoots, and Theodora pulls back and smiles at the camera and goes, guess not.
Nice. So, does it hit you?
Oh, no, she just nimbly dodges out of the way because she was expecting it, and she just catches it with the bright light along the side.
Nice. Okay.
So, yeah. No, she's just being smarmy and quick.
Nice. I like it. There are all kinds of little likes and stickers and pluses and everything on all of your posts right now on your feed. Kid Reactor. You're on top of this van. You just got shade. It's like now it's got a moonroof type deal going on or something. You just saw your nemesis attack 2 of your teammates. You have 2 team right now because nobody spent any. You started with 2 and we went through the team rules and you didn't get any more. But I'm sure you guys will figure it out. And you've got the team maker, which is Advika. The harvester is good at this stuff. But Kid Reactor, it's up to you. What do you want to do?
Well, first I'm going to commit myself to defeating Isotope.
Nice.
With my game face move.
Oh, that is so cool.
And then I am going to teleport to the back seat of the car and attack him from behind.
Oh, nice. It sounds like
I think I'll turn to like a heavy metal and just like clock him.
sweet. I don't want to make that an unleash your powers to have you teleport. I like the idea of you getting in there and getting the chance to directly engage a threat. So let's go ahead and have you roll.
All right. Well, my danger is 0, so at least I have 1 + 1 ongoing to deal with this guy. So let's. I guess I'll just roll this and we'll add 1 to whatever we get. Oh,
Yeah, there should be a
situational
thing where you
bonus
can
penalty.
add a modifier.
So
Wow.
what did I get?
A full hit with an 11. On a
Sweet.
10 plus, you pick 2. Do you have the options in front of you?
So it's okay. So my choices are resist or avoid their blow, take from something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, or impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. Well, I'm definitely going to resist or avoid their blows, and let's. I'm going to impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition, since this is my nemesis.
Nice. So
he
what
should
is
be
it
like-
that you do that surprises, impresses, or frightens him?
I think that he like senses that there's someone behind him, and he unleashes like a kind of N-ray blast that I'm immune to, because he doesn't realize it's me who's there. And then I'm like undeterred. He's like, "What?"
Nice. Yeah,
You.
yeah, you clock him with your big metal fist, and he turns and tries to blast you, and it just does nothing. Maybe blasts all of the interior of the Optimax van behind you, but you're still pristine and perfect. And yeah, he's stymied by that at this point and unable to react for a moment. I am going to circle back around to Harvester. What is it that you are doing? It looks like you've got this giant metal egg. It looks like Isotope is fighting 2 of your compatriots. And Eddie, you think, did this whole egg thing.
So I'm like, I kind of got knocked out of the way, so I'm probably, whatever, a good 20 yards away from the van or something like that. I mean, this is like a big egg, right? That because it's like big enough to kind of contain all of us, right? And it's like a big chunk of the street. So I think honestly, what I do is I see that Eddie is looking like winded and like hair and like looks kind of ripply, like I can't quite focus on them, like some kind of weird energy thing is going on around them. So I kind of, like the arms kip me up from where I was on my back, and chink 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 chink, like 4 kind of long-legged steps across the pavement, and I reach in through the broken window and I say, don't worry, we've got you. We're gonna put this creep away. And I grab Eddie and hug, like grab her in a bear hug and like turn my body so that if a blast comes, it's gonna hit me instead of her. And I'm gonna try and pull her out of the van, unless she resists.
Eddie, it feels as if someone's trying to remove you from the vehicle. And you are super not chill right now. So I'm kind of curious, how do you take that?
Was there a move that you were gonna roll, Jim? Or sorry, Advika?
You know what? I mean, I think it would probably be defend, right? Because that's
yeah.
I'm trying to keep you keep from I mean, we're kind of narrative right now, but if someone like if an attack comes your way, then I'm reaching in to grab you and pull you out. But
or are you trying to comfort or support me?
Oh yeah, totally, absolutely, yeah. I think that totally makes sense. Yeah.
I like that.
If that's
like
that's cool.
Well,
yeah,
Isotope
I'm like, you're gonna be okay. you're gonna be okay. I gotcha. So yeah, that's
Nice.
totally comforter support.
Do it.
You can
Do
totally
it.
do that.
Roll
You can totally do
plus
that in the middle
mundane.
of a fight. Plus, which is to say, and by you mean minus mundane. Let me tell you what the soldier's not great at. No situational bonus or penalty. That's a 3. Okay. So on a hit, they hear you. 10 plus, you can also add a team to the pool or clear condition yourself. But yeah, no, I'm like, I mean, up to you how you react, but there's not going to be any mechanical thing that comes from it.
Oh, there is. It's called.
Sorry.
Move.
There will be
Nothing
no
from
mechanical
you.
benefit that will come from it.
Exactly.
Are there like PC v PC? How does that work?
What I'm not sure I understand. Like, of course there are PC versus PC, but what are you asking exactly? Like,
Well, I feel like because that comfort and support did not work, I think I just like freak out. So
okay. I think that you freak out. You describe how you freak out. You don't need to like roll an attack. What I'm going to do is inflict a condition on Harvester for her inability to comfort or support you in any way, shape, or form in the middle of your worst possible time. But you tell me how you freak out. What does this look like?
I turn to look Harvester, and like my pupils are definitely dilated. And I just reach out with my hand. And then it's like I'm making a pushing motion towards a Harvester, but I'm pretty sure that like she gets like slammed back into the egg.
That's what happens. Yeah, you reach out and force push Harvester away. Harvester, you get thrown back a number of feet. I'm inflicting a condition on you. What is it like? Do you think you maybe get slammed into a car that has stopped? Does that seem like what we see on the panel here?
I mean, I think this is a thing where like I'm kind of coming up over the hood, and if she does this, then I go like up and out at a 45-degree angle and end up, like with my arms tangled in like all those twisted railings and stuff like that, like halfway up the wall of the egg. I think
you're still here, but I love it. And what condition do you take, realizing that you weren't there for Eddie when she needed you most?
I'm angry. I'm angry that she can't see that we're trying to help her.
Nice. And that leads immediately to Isope saying, Eddie, help me! And he is trying to tell you what to do here. He's trying to tell you how the world works, Eddie, that these allies are not your friends, that Optimax is your home. And he is trying to use his influence to tell you to defend Optimax because you are a part of Optimax. Do you accept his influence? Or do you reject it?
I think I should probably reject it.
Okay, cool.
Even though I have marked insecure. We'll see.
Oh, we'll see how well that goes. I love it. Good. So when you reject someone's influence, you just roll. And because you are insecure, I think it is a little worse for you. Yeah. All right. So go ahead and roll -2.
Oh, okay.
What?
9.
Nice. Way to go, Eddie Hirsch. Cool. On a 7 to 9, on a hit, you successfully hold to yourself and tune them out. On a 7 to 9, you can choose one. Clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. Or you can shift one label up and one label down, your choice. Or cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them.
We could spend a team and bump it to 10.
That's true. And then that gives you 2 of those options.
Sure, if someone wants to help me.
Yeah, I'll spend a team on that.
What does it look like?
I think that look like I'm tangled up there, and I holler down, and I say, I just yell at her, just like, Eddie, get it together. He's a he's a crook. He's wanted. Just trying to get through to her, yelling at her.
Nice.
Hey, I think I turned like I was looking at Isotope, and then I turned slightly to look up at you, still tangled up in the wall of this egg. And okay, let me just double check the options. Reject. Okay, I should act to prove them wrong, and I should cancel their influence and take one forward against them. Okay, I'm gonna cancel influence, take +1 forward against them, and then I would like to act to prove them wrong, but by acting, that would mean I'm rolling burn. Unless I just do something.
You could just do something, but I don't mind you rolling burn too, because that amuses me with the possibilities. Totally your call.
Right, that's true.
I mean, on the bright side, you would get a huge plus on your burn roll.
It's true. Yup, you are right. Yeah, I'm okay. Submit. Okay, so I just rolled burn and I got a 12, which I would hope I would get like around 10 if I have 4 conditions. What I would like to do is, let's see, where's my I would like to reality storm him at some point, but basically I'm gonna start like stepping out slowly, and then like I'm gonna step out of the car slowly, unless he's still in the car. I'm gonna start walking towards him, and then if someone else wants to do something,
like he was in the front.
Oh,
he got clocked, so he's like still kind of near beside issue. It's the way that I was envisioning it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would like to. Let's see. Reconsent of danger. Yeah, I mean, should I let someone else do something? While I'm like,
we have like a couple panels of you marking the burn and refusing to do what he has demanded of you. Cool. So we will circle back around to see what our supernatural super cop and social media sensation, aka Theodora, is doing. So you've now proven there's all these memes of like guilty. People are like cropping in. One person's already making a remix song by Rihanna with pictures of Optimax blasting you. They'll have it up soon, and everyone's on your side to take this guy down because he's obviously bad. They demand you to take him down.
They demand justice is what they demand.
Justice is what they demand of you.
That's right.
Not of you, but for you to get justice.
So since he's still in the truck, I can't really do like a showdown thing, which is what I would normally do. I think what happens is I ride my Mustang around and then flip up one of the lighters, and then it turns into a lariat. So I'm going to lariat my flame lariat around him and drag him out, and I'm just going to drag him around behind my Mustang.
All right. Directly engage a threat there.
Yep. And I am going to say that this is stage fighting, so that I can roll a superior. Let's go with angry. I have to mark a condition to do that. Sorry. And we're going to mark angry on account of I'm not actually thrilled that this guy has made Eddie go psycho. That's not cool. Eddie's got so much to learn from me. Oh, I rolled really poorly though. So I rolled a 6. Unless someone wants to add a team to it, that's where we're at.
I don't mind doing that unless someone. Yeah, I can I don't know what
What's
that
it
would
look
look
like?
like. Hmm.
How would Eddie help this flame lariating, flame lariatation?
Let's say all of the doors of this van just like fly off and like slam into the walls.
Nice. You slam out into the egg, opening everything wide. That's pretty crazy. Cool. So we will spin that. You guys are down to a team pool of 2. By the way, it went from 2 to 3. Was that a thing somebody did? Okay, because it was at 2. So that actually will. It was at 2. Somebody just spent 1 earlier. So this will take you to a team pool of 0. But
there was a thing. No, there was a thing that happened, which was that Advika marked a condition to prevent one team from being removed.
Thank you. Yeah, that's how you got 3. Okay, for some reason my brain still had it set on 2, but there was the condition to keep it from going down. So you have 1 team pool left. Thank you very much, Sam. Sweet. So you lariat and pull him out. This is, you were directly engaging, so you got a mixed success. What is the option that you choose?
I think I'm going to say create an opportunity for my allies. He's dragged out into the open, more or less prone. So that's where he is. I'm not really taking, I mean, technically I'm taking the van, but realistically he doesn't need the stupid van. So yeah, so I think creating an opportunity is where we're rolling with that.
You drag him out onto the hood and he starts to glow. Those in rays as he starts to glow, and you see that the suit that he had underneath his like Optimax little coveralls there's a rip in it from you dragging him across or something else. Maybe he's getting hit by the punch, and he is starting to bleed out some kind of weird radioactive material.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. But you guys are in the egg, so it should be fine. Oh, wait, you're in the egg. Well, anyway, so that is happening. Kid Reactor, you see your nemesis on the very front of this van in the middle of a very populous highway in New Gauntlet City. And there seems to be a bit of a issue with his blood. What do you do?
Oh, that's easy. Kid Reactor jumps onto Isotope and touches whatever material his containment suit is made out of and turns into that material and then wraps himself around Kid Isotope. Or sorry, wraps himself around Isotope.
Sweet. I like that. I think that's a defend maneuver. You're trying to defend everybody here. So let's see how that goes. When you defend someone or something from an immediate threat, roll plus savior.
Do I get my +1 for defeating Isotope for this or no?
Yes.
All right,
I think
good.
keeping him from harming others is part of defeating him.
So that'll give me a +1. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, the way I can't actually see my own rolls the way I have this configured. Okay, so
you rolled a
that
5.
is a 5. Oh, grim.
Yeah, so that's a 5, which means with the 1 team pool that you guys have, you cannot push that to a success. You try to form around him, but the seal, you can't make a seal. You know it. And all of this energy starts to bleed out and pulse, and you can see the fear on his face. He says, I'm gonna blow. Oh God. And he looks terrified. Perhaps he has been told what might happen. Perhaps Optimax has given him this particular containment suit. But yeah, I think that you are going to take a condition as you realize that you're unable to stop everything, even with your game face. Kid Reactor, what condition do you take?
Guilty.
Nice. And he starts to, like, we see the in-rays flash, and some of them are streaming out of him as the gulf becomes wider and things start to pulse. We see the onomatopoeia of like a thrum, thrum, thrum underneath the bottom of the panels. So Kid Reactor, realizing that you can't seal all of this, is there anything that you do? What do you do?
I'm gonna do my best to contain as much of it as possible. So I'm gonna stay in place, even though I know it's not gonna be.
Do you like say
effective.
anything?
Yeah, I think so who's still like operative?
I think everybody's operative.
Okay. Get us as far. He's about to blow. Get us as far from the populated area as you can.
Who reacts to that? Everyone's like,
so,
"How do
all
do
right.
this?"
I mean,
Unless Eddie does, I will. But it's a pretty natural Eddie move.
so well, I still had my burn, but I also just had enough potential for me to take an advancement. Is it possible for me to take Moment of Truth?
Yeah, you want to unlock Moment of Truth and this be your Moment of Truth? That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
I'm here for it. Tell me what this Moment of Truth. Once you read the Moment of Truth, and then we'll figure out what that looks like when you.
Okay, should I read it out loud to everyone?
Yeah, read it out loud to everybody.
Your mind's eye opens, and you can see the world around you like never before. You can control it at will, with ease. Of course, warping reality tends to have ramifications down the line, but in your moment of godhood, how could you possibly be worried? This is so terrifying.
Yeah. What do you do? What do we see? This is really your moment, though. There is no over the top. This is how you want to do it. It's a moment of godhood. I'm giving you narrative permission to go wackadoodle if that is what you so desire.
Yeah, okay. So the situation is that that isotope is going to like explode or something with...
Yes, he is about to become a nuclear reactor.
Like, can people die in this game? Question mark. Or is that not a thing?
It's a comic. We've already talked about people having died in backstories. So, yes.
Okay, I won't make him die. I think it's like
no, I mean he could totally like this is the last session, and just because Isotope dies is comic. So if you want Isotope to like somehow expire, that's cool with me.
Yeah, I think it's like from like people are looking up, like the panel is like maybe it's a little spread, I don't know. It's like people looking up, and then it's like a lot of like expressions, and then like you see like in the sky there's this metal egg, and then there's like light beams like streaming out of there like through the cracks or whatever, and it's just like and then it separates, and then so then the next whatever panel is like it like kind of disintegrating, and then there's I don't know why there's light when it's whatever, it doesn't matter. And then you actually see like Isotope kind of like lifted up, and then there's I think the light is like coming out of him, but then like Eddie like reaches out, and then it's like all of the light like whoosh, goes back into Isotope, and then he like disappears, and there's just like maybe something that looks like a black hole left behind.
Wicked. And when the egg went up, is it a thing where like all of your friends were just left behind lying on the highway kind of deal, and it was just the egg and Isotope going up?
Yeah.
Just so I'm okay, cool.
Yeah, okay. I think when the egg like disintegrates, I mean the perspective was that the egg was already in the air, so people were looking at that. But then like when it disintegrates, like I think everyone is like in that panel where everyone's looking up, there's also like the team like kind of falling down slowly. There's like a falling
nice. Like the silhouettes of everybody in the huge white light. They're all in like the black space.
Yeah.
I like it.
That.
I like it. That's really cool. That's like our 2-page spread right in the middle. That is really cool. Yeah. And you guys fall to the highway, and Isotope is no more question mark. And there's this moment of quiet, like a couple of silent panels. What label do you lock, which means that it's stuck at that particular value and no one can move it up or down anymore?
I actually have a question about that because I see. Never mind. Okay, cool. I guess let me just look at that again. What are my labels? I am going to lock I'm going to lock my mundane at -1.
You're just never quite human. That is pretty great. That is very appropriate. And in the Roll20, you can mark that little checkbox by mundane, and then people can't move it up or down as long as that's checked. And that's locking your label. So there are a couple of panels without any speech bubbles, as there is that quiet after something significant has happened. What is it that we see in each panel for the three of you reacting to what Eddie has just done, what hashtags just pulled off? I'm curious what the reaction from Theodora is to what's just transpired.
So Theodora gets up and dusts herself off, looks up and whistles. And then she goes over to give Eddie a hand up, says, "Darling, I don't think Optimax is going to want you back. I got a couch, though."
What is the reaction from Harvester?
Oh, she gets a salute. Like one of these.
Nice. And
Just
then
like no words, but just like nice crisp salute for that move.
what about Kid Reactor?
Huh. Kid Reactor's feelings are a little complicated because he feels like he couldn't do what he
Yep.
needed to do.
Yep.
I don't think he says anything.
Okay. Cool. I think it's a great time for us to take our first break. It's 34 after, so let's just meet back up at 20 till. So this will be a 6-minute break, and we'll see you guys in a little bit.
We're going to have all the comfort and supporting going on. Kind of makes me wish I hadn't moved everybody's mundane level labels down last time.
Unintended consequences.
A little bit intended.
I would think. By the way, I was thinking about using Kid Reactor as moment of truth there. I slightly regret not doing so. Let's see if we can find a cool place to use it later.
Sorry. That would have been the moment of truth we would have expected. Yeah, I'm sorry if I cut you off and caused you not to do that. But we will find cool stuff. And I really liked what happened, so I hear you. All right. So we come to... yeah, I want to skip a little bit of time, if that's cool. You guys can still deal with aftermath with the idea of a cleanup and the egg, which maybe isn't, like, because it got... So maybe it's not on the... Yeah, so it's fine. So Harvester, where is this next scene? Where are the four of you right now? Are you back at Aeon, at the embassy? Are you in some undisclosed location?
Like, we want to have time pass?
I still want you guys to probably deal with a little bit of this, but I want a little bit of time to pass so you're not standing on a highway and having a conversation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like I think there's I think like there's got to be a debriefing. So I think we're in whatever like conference room where whoever it is from Aeon who's asking us what the hell happened, you know, is saying, now here's our screen, here's what the satellite, you know, and this is the point where there's an energy surge so big that the satellite can't read it anymore. So you know, we were blind while this was happening, kind of thing. So
yeah, and I think it's got to be Sergeant Townsend, right? So
sure, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
She's giving the rundown. She says, you know, at this point, from this point to this point in our time mark, all signals went dead. We need to know what took place. Hashtag, can you fill in the blanks here?
I think there's like a fleece blanket wrapped around me, and
it's got like Aeon symbols on it and stuff, but yeah, totally.
Yeah, and I'm like shivering. When I look up, I just like, I have that look of someone who's like going through shock, basically, or it maybe has the last bits of shock, so maybe I don't need to, like, you know, be laid down or whatever, but I'm definitely not super responsive at the moment.
Townsend sighs with distraction. Harvester, I need you to fill in this missing time period.
Sir, I'd be happy to do that, but she's just been through trauma. She needs PTSD counseling.
I hear you.
And she
I
needs
need
it,
you to
she
take
needs
care
it,
of it.
She needs it right now if there's not going to be lasting damage here.
I got it. I'm going to take Eddie and leave.
Listen. This is not good. I need to let you know that there's also been a break-in. We've traced it back. And we believe that the Fornos Collective gathered enough intel to allow one of their agents to steal some of the blue juice that we were storing.
What are the ramifications of that?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, Harvester. I don't know why the Fornos Collective would need this blue juice, except perhaps to scientifically prove that it was made from their people.
I mean, it seems like... Wait a minute. Are you telling me that Aeon didn't provide them with a sample of it, given that this was a concern that they had?
That was in process.
Sir, I think that if we found an alien species that was creating an addictive drug out of human pancreases, we would have an interest in getting a hold of it?
Yes, we would. And the Fornos Collective also did, and we were working through channels. But this was something we had just secured, if you recall. It wasn't something we wanted to immediately release until we had a chance to know exactly what it was that we were handing over.
Sir, I'm not sure what that has to do with the incident that just happened.
Because you're still working, Harvester. You still have a job to do. Are you saying that you want off of this case? Do you want me to shelve you? Is that what you're saying right now?
No, I'm trying to make the connection between this incident that you're talking about with the Fornos collection and what just happened outside. Are we debriefing about the incident with Isotope? That was my understanding, sir.
I have many irons in the fire, Harvester. I'm trying to connect several dots here. So it seems that you don't want to fill in that missing time right now. That's fine. I move on to something else.
Sir, I'm happy to. Whatever happened in Aeon headquarters, whatever happened at the embassy, I have no evidence that it was in any way related to what happened. So kind of stepping up a second.
Sure.
Did the sergeant
did the sergeant let Theodora walk Eddie out for a moment?
Yeah.
Yes, because everything's
okay.
You're in the embassy. It's all under supervision and cameras and all that stuff.
Okay, cool. So assuming they've gone and like the door has closed behind them, I say, except is Kid Reactor's still in the room though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
But you might have forgotten about him. He's just been sitting quietly.
He's got impossible mobility.
You know what? But and also this is a thing where, okay. So I'm just trying to make sure I understand the scene. But
no, that's fair.
So,
I'd rather step back and make sure we're clear.
So I say, sir, my orders right now, my ongoing orders, are to observe hashtag. To observe, I would use their full name, Edward, whatever it is, or Edwina, or like what is your actual name? What is Eddie short for?
I don't know. Sure,
okay.
Edwina.
so we haven't. So whether we've established that or not, Eddie Hirsch. Okay. So I'm under orders to so I use her full name, whatever it is, like whatever Aeon briefed me as her full name, and maybe it's even the first time in the comic that we've heard it spelled out that way, because everyone just has been calling her Eddie. And I said, I'm under orders to observe her, make sure that she doesn't hurt anybody, make sure that she doesn't hurt herself, and that's what I've been doing. And the display of power that I just witnessed was substantial and alarming. But I also believe that with proper motivation and training, she can be an incredibly powerful asset, not just for Aeon, but for Earth. She displayed cosmic level power there.
I agree. And she is currently an asset of Optimax Industries.
I don't think it's that simple. I think that if you don't want her to be an asset of Optimax, we have to offer her something better than what Optimax can.
I love that you think this is her choice right now. That's very amusing to me.
Given the display of power that I just saw, if she doesn't want to, if she doesn't want to follow your orders, sir, she's not going to.
Kid Reactor's going to speak up.
Yay!
And he'll say,
Oh no.
Yes, what? We lost. What's going on? Do we lose?
Sam froze up.
It froze.
Was the sergeant trying to tell me how it is?
Yeah, she was. I didn't want to break
he's
the
back.
role play to like, oh yay, Sam's back.
okay, so it's my internet that's cutting out here. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, we lost you for a second.
I know.
Spectrum? I've heard the Spectrum's really good.
I do have Spectrum.
Okay, you're here.
All right, so I got cut off mid sentence, I assume.
Yeah, we heard. I want to speak up, and then I didn't hear much of anything.
Does
Did he freeze again?
No.
All right, so
Sam,
yes, she was telling you how the world works. Let's resolve that, so it's not this period of ellipsis out there in my brain. Yeah, she was telling you how the world works. She wants to up your soldier,
which is already at 3. So that's
she's going to inflict a condition on you.
Yeah.
Is that David J?
Whoa! Yes.
When we lose one Spectrum customer, we get another one back. That's how it works.
What's the condition she's inflicting?
Oh, you're just gonna oh, you're accepting it then? You're not rejecting? It's totally up to you. I just want to make sure we're clear.
Yeah, well, actually, I mean, I've been so what how is the world? What is it that she's saying? What proposition am I accepting or rejecting here?
She's telling you that she believes hashtag to be a real and present, a clear and present danger to Aeon in the world, because she's saying that Optimax is not our friends. So she
okay.
Is that clear? Is that coming through?
She's right about that.
Yes.
That she's right about.
And so she's telling you that you need to soldier up and take control of this asset.
Okay.
Not give hashtag the mamby-pamby, it's your choice thing, but to convince her or basically detain her.
And I think, I mean, unless you want to, did you want to tell me what condition it is, or?
No.
I think that's afraid. Because like
I think that's perfect.
I saw like crazy stuff there, so yeah.
That is in our microscope version of this. That was one of our events. That was pretty big.
Yep, that was like that was like a Dark Phoenix moment there. So yeah.
Cool. I think Sam's trying to come back, so let's quickly bring David up to speed. Briefly, they chased down the Optimax van. There was a big fight on the highway. Moment of truth happened for hashtag as the Nova. Oh, look at this. Here it is on his phone. This is dedication.
I'm restarting my router, and we'll see. Am I still here?
Kind of.
Yes. Okay. What do you mean, kind of?
Well, you like the last thing you said fizzled out a little bit into the internet.
I make sure this is okay. So I've restarted my router and my computer, and hopefully at some point I'll be able to go back onto
broadband.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was just bringing David up to speed with what happened. So right now, everyone's back at the Aeon Embassy. I'm just going to say that Pillar, you got left behind when the big metal egg shaped around the van. You end up watching all of this. Like the egg got carried up into the sky. There was a metal egg that was formed around the van, and crazy stuff happened inside it. And then the egg went up into the sky, and there was like what looked like maybe a nuclear explosion. We're not entirely sure. And silhouettes and falling, and a hashtag now appears to be in shock. So I think that you're in the debrief room as well. Currently in the debrief room with you is Harvester, who's having a kind of jaw at moment with her CO, which is Sergeant Townsend. Kid Reactor is also here, and they've been talking about hashtag, who was taken out of the room by Theodora in a moment of kind of compassion and concern, and hopefully a comfort support that doesn't fail. By the way, remember that earlier game when everybody failed, made a lot of levels? We're there again. It's beautiful. So that's a really, really quick version of all the stuff that's happened. Is there anything significant that I've missed, Agatha, in that brief? Okay, good. So back to you, Sam. Sergeant Townsend was just jawing at Harvester, talking about hashtag as if she were an asset, and you're there, and Pillar's there, but Pillar's been very quiet and just drawn in the background like shadows. But all of a sudden, he may have a chance to speak in a minute. But you wanted to say something, Kid Reactor. So,
You're talking to me?
yes.
Okay. Yeah. So Kid Reactor will say, Eddie is a kid like us. She doesn't need more training. She needs to do kid things. She needs to go to school. She needs to have a house and not a containment field. She needs to have a family. She needs to be able to grow up. Otherwise, you aren't going to like the person she grows into.
Okay. And my understanding is that Optimax attempted to give Eddie all of these things, and yet we just had what we had.
No, she spent like months.
Did she not spend half of this day on a date with some boy from Aussie Academy?
Well, maybe that was a start.
Kid Reactor, I appreciate your input. I know that Isotope is a villain that you've faced before. Perhaps you can fill in the blanks here with what exactly took place during the missing time we were unable to record any of the event of what hashtag just did.
Isotope's containment outfit, containment onesie, got ruptured, and he started to go critical mass. I tried to stop him and I couldn't. So Eddie did. She made some kind of vortex and sucked him up into it and saved everyone commuting on that highway. It took a lot out of her.
Okay. Thank you. And then let's cut out to the hallway. So, Theodora, where is it that you end up? I mean, I don't want this to be like necessarily in a hallway, so maybe you could end up in another room of some kind in Aeon Embassy.
Unless you have a reason to not to, Theodore is immediately taking her out of the embassy.
Oh, that's not fucking happening.
Oh, yeah, it is. I mean, if you can give me a diegetic reason, I that's what's going to happen.
Okay, so that is your intent, is you intend to steal away the asset, as Sergeant Townsend is referred to as hashtag. Yeah. Okay, so then I assume we see like a couple panels of you walking down the hallway.
I can do a comfort and support while we're doing that, but that is the eventual goal here. All right. So Theodore is going to go, look, this ain't my first rodeo. You're going to have a lot of people telling you that you got to be this, you got to be that, you got to help people some or other. Maybe you ought to be in school. I got to tell you, none of them know anything. None of them know what it's like to you. I don't know what it's like to be you. Only you do. And you find that out and you share it with people, and we all work it out a bit at a time. You think caught that fire elemental because I was doing what I was supposed to be doing? No. You figure things out. We'll be here with you to do that. But not in this stupid place. So
Are you angry?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But I also have influence over you, oddly enough. So
You do.
yeah. So, it's not great. But there we go. If someone hadn't laid waste to the entire scene, I could have tried to break something on the way out.
Oh man.
Sorry.
Yeah, but yeah. Besides, if I don't make it, then I get a potential, and that's good too. All right, where the heck is my? Okay, so find out how that goes first. So I get a -2 to comfort or support, which is not a thing I'm ever good at. So I'm rolling not a whole lot of dice, and we'll see how that goes. No, that should not be a +2. That should be the opposite. Right. Yes!
Sweet. So you're talking to you're talking a hashtag, trying to comfort support. You're also intending to leave, and that is when a few Aeon embassy soldiers come up and step into the hallway where you guys are, and you can see just past them is like the stairs that led down. You remember when you originally had to turn in your Zippos and all that stuff, and so it's just beyond them. But there are 4 Aeon soldiers who are there. Excuse me, ma'ams, we need you to head back to the conference room, please.
Hold on just a second.
Oh, don't go ahead and mark potential.
Yeah, no, it just puts me at a. I get an advance, and I was looking at whether or not I had one I wanted to take right away. I think I will actually. So. Yep. I think I'm going to take Cold and Cruel, and I'm going to turn it on these guys immediately.
Okay, please tell us what that is.
Cold and Cruel. When you shut someone down, roll plus superior. On a 10+, you either inflict a condition on them, make them lose influence over you, or take influence over them, your choice. On a 7 to 9, you each inflict a condition on the other, or both lose influence over each other, your choice. On a miss, they gain influence over you. So Theodore goes, first of all, that's Marshall, not ma'am. Second of all, I don't work for you. Third of all, neither of us is under arrest. Fourth of all, move before I fry you. And so she brooks none of their crap.
That is awesome. Yeah, so roll plus cold. Nice.
All right, let's see if I do any better with that. Yep.
That is a 12. Wow.
Yep.
That's amazing. On a 10+, you either inflict a condition on them, make them lose influence, or take influence, your choice.
I think I would take influence over them. I'm not really provoking. I was just being a jerk to them. But I don't know how that would actually work. Because random guard, blah, blah, blah.
Mechanically, like if you're in a fight with someone, inflicting conditions on them is basically how you take them down.
All right. Well, then I guess I'm inflicting a condition in this particular case. Probably insecure.
Sounds good. Yeah, I can see that. The little camera bot or whatever turns and like starts focusing on them. And this could be a serious incident. Like one of the guards says to the other, "This could be a serious incident. We cannot lose the asset." And they start to move out of your way, but one of them is like calling in, and Townsend gets the message that they're leaving. So That means you guys will be heading down the stairs when Townsend says, and I'm trying to open this up for the possibility of the thing that you talked about in the chat about blue juice. Harvester, your teammate is trying to steal the asset. Secure that shit right now.
Yes, sir. And I say to and I kind of stand and I turn to Kid Isotope and I say, "Can you help me try and talk some sense into her?"
Kid Isotope, nice. Little subtle slam. Sorry, that's the nemesis.
Sorry, that's me as a player. Sorry,
no, I know, but I kind of like the idea of like a verbal slip of referring to you by your nemesis.
No, sorry. That's Jim and names is what that is.
I apologize.
Kid Reactor. And I stand and I say KR. KR, can you help me go try and talk some sense into her?
Let's go see what's going on.
And yeah, and I'll head to where the commotion is.
Sweet. Pillar. There's a lot of commotion going on, and you're there in the conference room. It looks like they're all leaving to go help hashtag.
So was Pillar there when she mentioned that the Fornos Collective?
I think so. We should probably give Pillar that 411. The Fornos Collective. Yeah, I think Pillar just wisely remained silent, perhaps. So Townsend specifically said the Fornos Collective had enough intel on Aeon's security systems to send one of their agents to steal some of the blue juice. And then Harvester, asked a few questions about, well, why didn't you give it to the Fornos Collective? And they said, we are going to. We want to see what we are handing over because it's not just their stuff. There's other stuff here.
Oh, perfect.
Yep. So I think maybe you guys catch up to them heading down the long. Remember, there was that long escalator that heads down from the top part where all the meetings are, and then there's that main
pillars with us.
Yeah, if that's okay.
Okay,
like
cool.
It's a little weird, but
yeah.
like
no, totally. That's great.
Okay, I would like to do something.
Sweet. What do you do?
I would like to. We are walking forward, and people seem to be like rushing around. People have told us to stop. I would like to roll burn.
Okay, that always goes well.
It does, doesn't it? And since the conference support didn't work, well, it has its conveniences. Okay, so that's an 8. Let's see. Let me double check what that is. I'm gonna hit hold 3 burn. Oh, and I mark a condition. So I marked all of my conditions. Does that mean I immediately just like KO out of the scene?
Well, let's make sure, because there was a bit of a conversation there. So if you need to mark a condition and have no more conditions to mark, you are taken out. You lose consciousness or flee.
Oh, so I technically have one more chance. Right now I have 5 conditions marked, plus the one that I just did, which is hopeless, which maybe makes sense. But what I wanted to do was to... Oh, it says I can move to any place I choose. So for move, I can move to any place I choose within the scene. But I think I also... And I can... Actually, maybe I'll go a little more dramatic and use overcharge. I think maybe the walls like I think it's like we're like walking out like of this hallway, and then there are people like coming up, and I think like to the side of us, like on one of the side walls, it just like I don't even know what that would look like, but it's basically like they're suddenly like pulled into the ground, um, and then I turn and I walk out, and I think like everything just kind of like continues to get like whatever's in the way. So whatever like decorative fence that is like to the embassy, it's like it like bends with this like and like is like pulled to the ground as well. And I just like walk out of there. Is what I would like to do with my 2 burn.
Okay, and so you're spending the 2 burn in order to overcharge, which means you roll a 10 plus. So yeah, that's basically what happens as Harvester is shown the terror that is you right now while you're coming down the stairs. I assume, yeah, maybe they catch up to you outside of the Aeon embassy as people are like running and enacting security measures, and there's a red light that's coming on, some klaxons that are firing at this point. Yeah, this is not going to go well because you are obviously a clear and present danger. But you're doing whatever you want with things that are currently in your field of vision and in your way, Eddie. So you make your way out to the bright air. The Xeno garden is nearby, and the smells and the aromas waft your way. We have the Gauntleteer statue and all of Aeon Embassy behind you, and that is when Harvester, Pillar, and Kid Reactor will catch up to you. I would like to hear what Pillar does.
So the situation is just everything's in like a gravitational field, sort of, or it's just like enough to part the way.
Oh, only enough to part the way. It's like it's parting a path, basically.
Yeah, well, this seems fine to Pillar. I think he just kind of looks at Vika, I guess, and says like, "Is our time at the embassy finally done? Should we leave?" Or to Harvester, I should say. No, he would probably say it at Vika.
Wow. I've got influence over you.
Mm-hmm.
Which means, let me see, influence. I say to you, the only people that can help her are here. She told me that if she ever lost control, that we should knock her out. And she's lost control. The only way to help her is to shut this off. And so I'm trying to tell you how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to shift your I'd like to shift. I think this would be probably what would this be? This would be like danger up and savior down, I think.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting.
Well, I was thinking I was going to reject that, and now I definitely want to, because that would put me at 4 danger.
Oh, so. Sorry, I didn't realize. So if it was going to put you over the top, then I don't want to mark a condition on you. So
that's fine.
Actually, although Savior is, we are trying to help her out. So I think this would be mundane down. How about mundane down, Savior up?
Yeah, I didn't mean to discourage you. I was fine with that.
Nope. I don't want to like I wasn't looking at your thing, but I'm not trying to get you to mark a condition. But I am telling you how it's got to be, which is we've got to knock her out.
Hmm. Man, I kind of still want to reject that or try to.
Reject. Roll away.
Yeah.
Yeah. don't
Roll
be
away, brother.
afraid. All good.
And that is the flat.
Yep. You don't have insecure mark, do you? You do.
Oh,
So
I
it's
do,
minus
yeah,
2.
actually.
It's minus 2
Yeah.
to reject.
Good call.
Yes. Delicious. Oh, yes. The minus 2 didn't actually hurt you, but it just made a miss, a super miss. So, on a miss, their words hit you hard. Mark a condition, and the GM will adjust your labels. I'm going to look at these labels to see what I want. What condition are you going to mark?
Yeah, that's a good question. Because I feel like she's not out of control. This seems like a good thing to happen. Okay, yeah, I'll go afraid maybe. Because pillars, maybe part of the reaction is like, Eddie doesn't seem that she's lost control. What? We have to knock her out?
I think you are. I'm going to adjust your labels. Let's go ahead and move your superior down. Somehow you're short-sighted by this, but I'm going to move your mundane up. Your care for Eddie is clouding your judgment against what Harvester is telling you.
Yeah, that totally tracks. Perfect. Yeah, so I think Pillar's reaction kind of is just like, Harvester, we need to get out of here then. Either way, I'll help, but I think this is when he reveals like just the Morgan actually put the juice inside him.
But you can take it out.
Yeah, he just like opens up this little like Bender style door or something. He's like,
yes, the Bender door.
We must remove this. And he just does a wink, and I think he has to force himself to wink. He has to move it down and move it back up. It's like, but I will help, and he just kind of marches off toward Eddie.
Sweet. So, Kid Reactor, seems like everything's fine here. Everything's fine. What are you doing
here? Can we get a brief recap of where the fictional situation is after all this stuff? Are we still just some kind of like a whirlwind of metal going on? Like what's happening?
Oh, sorry. In my head, and I tried to clarify, but anyway, Eddie, she kind of worked her way out of Aeon Embassy. You guys made it out to the sidewalk in front. There was the Gauntleteer statue. You know, the Xeno Gardens were nearby. You were outside of the building, but Harvester knows that Aeon is flipping out right now and trying to figure out how to neutralize this threat. So,
but there's no active threat happening.
Well, no, Eddie is right in front of you, and she is the active threat.
So what is Eddie doing with her powers right now?
This very second, are you doing anything?
I'm walking forward, and I don't seem to have a clear direction of where I'm walking in. And as I walk forward, whatever obstacles I encounter, it's like they're like crushed into the ground by like giant hands is what visually it looks like. And there's like constantly like a cloud of dust that everyone would have to keep walking through.
I guess I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go up and say, hey, maybe we can sit down.
Sorry, are you saying that to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you respond to this anyway?
I don't hear you.
Just too much noise.
I'm just walking forward. And like, yeah, maybe one of those like sidewalk trees gets crushed to the ground.
I'm gonna go stand in front of you.
I mean, it feels like you're trying to offer some kind of comfort here.
Mm,
No, you're trying to provoke her.
I was thinking that I would try to provoke her, but I guess I want to see, or I guess whether I'm going to try and provoke or try to provide comfort kind of depends on how this plays out a little more, I think.
Okay, so you stand in her way. Hashtag there's someone in your way. Kid Reactor has stepped in to block you.
I think maybe I do notice you. And then I do. I have all of my conditions marked. That must be I'm in my darkest self, right?
Well, I mean,
I don't
let's
know.
play masks. We're not playing Monster Hearts. You
That's
can make
true.
a choice. You can make the choice that feels natural for your character. Don't feel like there's some kind of invisible mechanic making you be the worst possible person. But you do have all of the conditions. You've got all the feels. So
Sure. Yeah. So maybe I see you. And like as Kid Reactor.
If you want to use all your powers on me, that's totally fine. I'm aware that is a significant possibility at the moment.
Does seeing him cause you to hesitate even for a moment?
yeah, it's a good question.
It's Kid Reactor and it's not Adam, so maybe
That's
not.
true. Do you use your powers on me?
Yeah, I think so. But I think you get pulled to the side instead of like slammed into the ground into a meat pie. But I think you like maybe slam into something.
Use enough power to knock my mask off.
Okay.
Oh.
Is that, I mean, you could just describe that if you want, Kid Reactor. Does she unmask you?
I mean, Kid Reactor's already pretty beat up. And if he gets hit by a bunch of blasts of like telekinetic force, he'll go like flying against a tree and then the mask will be torn off.
Yes.
It's the kid with the ice cream. Sorry, I'm not over that comment.
You see it.
Yeah.
That is not Kid Reactor. That's Adam, the guy you've been on a date with just earlier today.
Oh yeah, that was today. I think I do stop.
Nice.
That's when I knock her out.
Yeah, and I think the speech bubble is like I'm like a dash.
Yeah, and then like just like, I mean, if you sorry, let me rephrase. That is when I take that opening to try and knock her out.
Yeah, that's good. I like it.
Cool. Good. So, by the way, don't forget, Janice, when you reveal your secret identity to someone who didn't know it already, mark potential. So go ahead and mark that potential. And oh, this is weird. Like, do we want to go to dice with you knocking her out?
I've got a move for this.
Oh, well, let's hear it.
I have, before we get started, which is my core soldier move, when you've had time to closely observe your opposition before a fight, roll plus savior, get some hold, and then I can spend that hold to do stuff with it.
All right.
And like if there's anyone I have closely observed, I feel like it is hashtag. So I'm gonna roll.
That tracks.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll plus savior. Bonus penalty. I don't think I have influence over them right now, do I? I do not have influence over.
I thought you did. You gained it back because you spent it and then you gained it back.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. So I've got influence over hashtag. So that's going to give me a +1 to the roll. So here we go. So savior, additional bonus is 1. Boom.
Wow. That appears to be a 4.
That's not even possible. The minimum I could roll is a 5. I don't understand how that comes up as a 4.
What move did you roll? It may be thinking a condition is impacting you.
Oh, a condition is impacting. A condition. It does think a condition.
You may have rolled like it may think you're trying to defend.
Yeah, so that gets me to a 6, but we're at a team, right?
No, because you took on that condition, you guys have 1 team in the pool. But on a miss, you hold 1 and mark a condition, so you still get to hold 1.
I do.
So does someone want to spend that last team to push that up, or do you guys want to let it ride?
To be honest, Theodora was going to try and interfere. Because I don't want her to be held in lock and key under Aeon, because that strikes me as a very bad idea.
Okay, so it looks like you have a 6 then, right?
Yes. So I'm gonna mark guilty because even though she told me to do this, I feel bad about it.
She did kind of tell you guys.
But she said if I lose control, I want you to knock me out. And so
she even told Adam.
Yeah. So before we get started, on a miss, hold 1 and mark a condition. I did this. So one of the moves is stun them up close or from a distance.
Cool.
And so I think that's like, you know, kind of like I've been kind of like scuttling along as she, like, behind her as she's been doing this. But then that second where, like, you know, like stuff is just going and then that second when she stops, it's that's when, like, you know, the arm just lashes out and just like bonk right in the back of the head, like kabam.
Cool.
Which stuns her. I don't know that it knocks her out or kicks her out of the scene.
Yeah,
but
I kind of like stun. I like stun as a like it gives you guys a moment. She's not now trying to leave. You can have a quick conversation and then she will start to come back. So Kid Reactor, Theodora, and Pillar, you just saw Harvester clock Eddie, and Eddie fell to the ground. And seems a little
and having knocked her down, I say, okay, quickly, we need to
What the hell is wrong with you? Are you sitting there obeying your masters again instead of helping out a friend again? Is this what we can expect from you?
And I grit my teeth and I say, what you can expect from me is getting arrested if you don't leave right now. I don't think you understand. You're not in Gauntlet City. Aeon is sovereign territory. Gauntlet City laws don't apply here. If you don't want to get arrested, leave.
What would you charge me with?
Are you guys looking at Kid Reactor right now?
No.
Nope.
Are you looking at Eddie right now?
No, we're just looking at each other.
Sorry. I think we're kind of standing. I think we're kind of standing over Eddie. Like this is I don't think it's a thing where you could grab Eddie and take her away.
Okay.
That's a little too that like.
Why not? More dramatically interesting.
I'm really interested to know what Kid Reactor is actually doing. Like, I'm happy to keep yelling at Jim, but
yeah. So if you guys are, I guess I kind of picture this with you guys. If you sort of like Eddie here, Advika kind of stunned her with the reach of her tentacles, and then like in the third place is Marshal Theodora, who's like now yelling at
Harvester.
Sorry. So I guess Kid Reactor's going to try to use his impossible mobility to grab Eddie and get gone. bring her back to his mom's place.
Wow, that's pretty fascinating. Pillar, what are you doing right now?
Yeah, this is terrible. Both of his dates are arguing. Nothing is going right. I think yeah, if Kid Adam wants to if Pillar knows, maybe gets the idea of what he's doing, I'm gonna assist with that.
All
I
right.
like this idea.
Unleash your powers, Kid Reactor.
Cool. I'm gonna use my once per session thing to flip my mundane and freak.
Oh, perfect timing.
And so let's do this. So freak goes to 2, mundane goes to -1. Hope there won't be any consequences for that. And let's roll. And that is a, what is that? That is an 11. Cool.
So yeah, you guys are arguing over Eddie, who's slowly coming to, and then Kid Reactor. There's Flash, and she's gone. As is Kid Reactor. Oh, sorry.
There's no Flash. That's the thing. It's just like
it's right.
Blink and it's gone. It's there's no effect. It's part of why it's effective.
No,
here.
you're right. You're right. Sorry, bad descriptor. I always like flashes. I'm flashy. I'm sorry. But you're right. That's not how it would work. It would be one panel she's there, the next panel she's gone.
In fact, probably the way it works in this comic is like the speech bubbles continue, and there's just like this background element is just removed from one panel to the next until they suddenly notice.
What is the reaction from Pillar? The two of them are gone.
I think, yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and, as these two are arguing, kind of, I think specifically try and figure out why Advika wants them to stay here. I feel that now that Eddie's been knocked out, doesn't make sense to Pillar at least.
Okay. How does Pillar try to learn that information?
I could try. I was specifically trying to pierce his mask, but I also realized that I could embody my lesson of trust but verify too.
Cool.
If that makes sense.
So embodying the lesson for the newborn. Let me.
Yeah, it just means I can shift a label before I roll.
Oh, good. You should do that.
Yeah, and that is mundane.
Yep.
Man, I'll go down danger then and try this mundane thing out.
Wow, that's
nice. Okay, good.
Nice choice. That exactly did you what you needed, because it would have been a mixed hit otherwise. Nice. You get 3 questions from Pierce the Mask.
Yeah, let's see. So for Harvester, I'm going to go with, I guess, well, the main thing I wanted to ask was how could we get your character to trust us and leave, I guess, is the specific question.
I can grab them. Let me get them.
I'm not sure I understand the.
Were you looking for the questions for the move?
No, so do you want me to leave or to let you leave? I didn't parse the question fully.
Oh yeah, I think yeah, Pillar wants us all to leave. I don't think he wants to leave you behind by any means.
So how could I get your character to come with you when you leave?
Yeah, and maybe just to put that into the fiction too, Pillar will just be like, well, I don't think we should be arguing here. We should all leave and meet back up and help Eddie out. And yes, as you now you realize Eddie is not with us.
And if I see that, and if that's the thing that tweaks me to the fact that Eddie is gone, just damn it. And you're pretty sure that the only way you can get me to come with you is if you promise me it's to bring her back here.
Interesting. I'll blow through these other two real fast too, because that's the main one. Please. I wanted.
Yeah.
But I guess, what do you want me to do? Maybe that's more a nuanced question to what you just answered.
What do I want you to do? I want you to put the fucking blue juice away before someone sees it.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. And then, what are you really planning?
Boy, I'm, I think kicking off the first question, I have to find her and bring her back here. I'm gonna do whatever is required to find her and bring her back here. I really believe I really believe she's a danger to herself and others, and the only thing that is gonna help her, we have a facility that can help her here that she's not gonna find out in the world.
All right, yeah. Based on that, I think Pillar will just maybe just crouch down to get more your height, I guess, and just quietly Evika, we must try to help her. Perhaps once things are calmed down, we can ask her if she needs to be brought back here. I know that you have, and it's just his voice changes because he's obviously quoting someone. He says, I know that you have the best of intentions, but perhaps this place does not.
And I kind of sigh, and I say, you can't question Aeon's intentions without questioning mine.
Well, then let's go get Eddie in question and see what she has to say.
That's what I was trying. That's what I was trying to do. I say, and then I'm arguing with Theodora again, distract me just for a minute, but then back back in her face.
I'm happy to chew the scenery more on this.
Okay, cool. It's just a thing where we know you guys are going to argue some more, so we turn the page and we pick up in Adam Hawkray's apartment.
Well, we can, but I want to point out that Theodora, in fact, knows where Eddie is because she knows where the ice cream kid lives.
Yeah.
But yes, we could continue to argue because she's not about to tell him that.
We're turning the page, so you guys can show up later. You could have worked stuff out. We can figure that out and through the magic of editing, brain-wise. So we pick up in your mother's room, right? In her bedroom. Isn't that what you wanted to get her to?
Yeah. By the way, to Pillar, you said you were trying to help Kid Reactor there. Or Kid Adam. Do you want to have given him the blue juice before you left? Or do you want to keep that for yourself for now?
Oh, that's great. Yes, absolutely. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Nice question. Thank you. That is definitely helpful.
All right. So we're back. How conscious is Eddie?
I'm conscious.
You start waking up, right?
Yeah.
So I guess you're laid on the couch across from my mom's bed or something. We're in her room and she's there.
Oh man, so this is the couch that you sleep on sometimes when you have to help her when things are really bad. She's starts trying to struggle to sit up, and she's still got the laptop out, but you may have woken her. She has dark circles under her eyes. And she calls Eddie.
Sorry, Mom. I had to go somewhere and I didn't know where to go, so I came here.
Of course, honey. Oh, it's and she reaches out a little knobby finger to point at the canister of blue juice, and that is where we find out that yes, handed off, editor's note, handed off by Pillar, and very sly move. Is that what I think it is?
Yeah, it's the blue juice.
Good work, son.
Well, it wasn't me, but at least now we can figure out what really happened.
I'm staring at you, Adam.
This isn't how I was hoping you would find out about this. I guess I wasn't really thinking you would find out about it at all, but that probably wasn't very smart.
So I'd like to just to have a little bit of kind of business going on in the panel. The two of you are talking while she takes the canister, and she is working on trying to pull a little bit of the juice out and trying to analyze that and tapping away on her laptop. So you guys can continue your thing. I just wanted to say that's in the panels as you guys are talking.
Do I come to on the couch? Is that what we established?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a couch in her bedroom. It's evidently a kind of master suite type bedroom. Right. And yeah, so you're on the couch.
Okay, and I haven't been here before, right? I've been to this apartment, but not to this room.
I mean, you probably be able to figure out where you are. I would assume if we're friends and you've hung out here, then yeah, you know where this place is.
And doors open up into the hallway. You recognize the hallway, that kind of thing. So,
okay, I don't even know how Eddie would be reacting to this. This is a lot. Thanks. And I'm going to get off the couch and basically look like I'm leaving.
Eddie, thanks for saving my life.
Okay. You're welcome, I guess. Adam / Kit Reactor.
Oh, you must hate me. I meant to tell you. I keep these. I'm not. You told me that Eddie and Hashtag are the same person, but Adam and Kid Reactor are not the same person. I keep them separate. I have to keep them separate, or they'll lock me up the way they lock you up. And when you showed back up in both my lives at once, I panicked.
Okay. I just I thought we were friends.
We are friends. It's just complicated, okay?
Are we? You don't even trust me. And and is that the blue juice? I don't. I thought I knew. I don't know. I thought I knew who you were. But obviously, I don't. I just.
I'm sorry, Eddie. You can leave if you want to. I didn't think you wanted to go back there, and Edvika was hell bent on bringing you. So I just wanted to bring you where I thought you'd be safe. All right, is this, do you think this triggers this move, Rich?
Yeah, I think you're trying to comfort her. You're trying. We'll see how well it comes across.
Yeah, I don't know how effective this is going to be. What is it? Comfort and support is
Mundane.
Mundane, awesome, which is now -1.
But at least you're not angry.
Okay, 7 to 9. What happens?
Sweet. On
Oh.
a 7 to 9, that's actually good. On a hit, they hear you. They mark potential, clear, condition, or shift labels if they open up to you, which it feels like that's might be what's going on. But
Okay.
Up to you.
So I've had like my hand on the handle, like the door handle, all this time. And I think my hand like drops from it. And I think I like sit down on the ground slowly and I start crying. And but I would like to clear guilty. I don't really feel guilty about anything right now.
sounds good.
Adam will come and sit next to you. He won't say anything, but he'll just like sit next to you.
Yeah, I think I'll hug you. But I will also, what am I saying? Let's see. I think it's really not fair that I told you everything and you didn't tell me everything. You're still my best friend, but I really hate that you lied to me about everything. And I don't think best friends should have secrets.
All right, no more secrets.
Okay.
I feel like our vulnerability moves should be triggering here.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you, but like, kind of already have. So, like, yeah. If you want to tell a secret about who you really are, which you kind of already have, then you're giving her info. Like, all you guys are going to end up doing is just shifting labels. Like, I've already read through the vulnerabilities because I saw that as well, but not super exciting. Like, they're not made to be tapped multiple times in as far as I can. But let's go ahead and do it, because when you do it, you do it. So you shared a vulnerability. You've told her a secret, right? No more secrets. That's absolutely triggering it. So now you give Eddie influence over you, and you shift your mundane up and your mask's label down.
That's terrible for me.
Yep. And for the Nova, it's the tell them how they could stop you if it came down to it, which you already have. I actually think that the vulnerability for the Nova is very one note, but
it is.
But you then give them influence, and you get the clear condition. So I think that's pretty cool.
Oh, interesting. So I already have influence over you, and you have influence over me as well, right?
Right. I think you guys both had influence over each other. When you would gain influence again, you immediately act to shift one label up and one label down, your choice. So you guys get to play with each other's labels. That's what I meant when I was blabbering earlier.
Interesting.
Okay.
Sorry, we shift the other person's labels.
Correct. Because you had influence over Eddie, and based on Eddie's vulnerability that was shared with you, Eddie would give you influence, but you already have influence, so you now will shift one label up, one label down for Eddie.
Okay.
Cool. I would like to clear my angry condition, so now I'm only afraid, insecure, and hopeless.
Nice.
Yeah. And I would like to shift. Let's see. How do I even feel? I guess you are. Well, you said no more secrets, so you are still my best friend. And so that's probably mundane up, because best friends are what people have. And I will. Where should I shift down? I think I'm going to shift your superior down.
Kid reactors labels have kid reactors labels have been completely decimated. All right, I'm going to shift your danger down and your mundane up.
You can't shift my mundane because it's been locked.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna shift your danger down and your savior up.
Okay. Cool. I guess. Oh, go ahead.
What did you lock mundane at? Just out of interest.
-1.
Damn.
It reads. So let me ask Theodora, do you lead the rest of the team to find, or
I was just typing a message about it.
Oh, sorry.
So the deal. No, that's all right. No, I'm happier to talk about it. The deal is if Harvester gives Harvester's personal word of protecting Eddie and ensuring that she's not just an experiment or a prisoner, that Harvester, because they made the big deal about if you're doubting one, you're doubting the other. Harvester gives their personal word, then Theodora is willing to do it. That is the only way.
Like, I think that's a kind of, you say that, and I look kind of surprised. Like I look kind of genuinely surprised that you're like implying that it would be otherwise. And I say, I don't have a lot of friends. She's my friend.
Sheer vulnerability.
That's fair.
I think so. Good call. Good
Oh,
call.
I wasn't even trying to do that. But okay. So yeah.
You need to ask what cause they serve, which actually is a neat little follow-up to that.
Oh my god, okay. Yeah, I don't have a lot of friends. She's my friend. I know you're her friend too. But with what we just saw, we have to protect. But with what we just saw, we have to make sure that doesn't happen where people can get hurt.
Well, that's why I was going to take her to train in the desert the way I did. You feel like people are less likely to get hurt in that building full of people in a city?
Look. Do you care about her, or do you care about... If no one ever knows that you helped her, if your legion of fans don't know what you did, you okay with that? Because I'm a little worried that you want to take credit for having helped her, so that for the clicks it'll get you.
You don't understand me at all.
Oh no, I think I understand you very well.
Not if you just said what you just said. You don't. The audience is a tool to get to where I need to go, to fight who I need to fight.
If you had to give up the audience for her, would you?
Haven't done an update. Don't see any hashtags. There's no videos.
No. I mean, give it up. Give it up. Give it all up for her, would you?
Would you give up Aeon?
That's not... So, I want to... So I'm asking you who you serve.
Fair enough. Is there a roll, or you just wanted an answer on that? I don't know.
So here's the way that this, so mechanically, here's the way that this works. When you share vulnerability or weakness, ask them what cause they serve. If you find it to be worthy, tell them how you'll fight for it, clear a condition, and add team to the pool. If they don't have a cause or you find it unworthy, mark a condition.
I got you. Okay.
And I think what you said is that your cause, I mean, if I'm hearing you correctly, your cause is to find and fight the people you want to fight.
Not exactly.
No? Okay.
All right. So I think I have to do this in character. Hold up.
You don't have to like if it's
No. I want to. Yeah. No, because it slides into something else.
Okay.
Let's see. So Theodore is like, what you don't know about me, that fire that I wrestled down is still alive inside me, and it's still burning, and it's still hungry. And I got to keep that contained, and I keep it contained with the flames of the audience. I keep it contained with those clicks. I keep it contained by fighting in the public. What I do for everyone. I don't do it for +1s, clicks, and thumbs up. But I'd give it up for Eddie.
And so like I nod and I say, okay. If I can help you, look, the reason I'm here is so that I can learn to be so that I can learn how to use these and like shing, talk to like the arms come out and stuff. These are the only people that could help me with that. But whatever you need to help you, I'll help you.
Well, I think one thing I need is for you to never tell anyone what I just told you. It's a secret. I don't care if there's a debriefing. You don't tell.
And I shrug, and I'm like, I shrug and I say, I don't think they'd believe me anyway.
So that's my vulnerability move. When you share vulnerability or weakness with someone, ask them if they will tell anyone the truth about you. If they agree to keep it a secret, clear a condition, or mark potential. So
yeah, I'll keep it a secret. Yeah, because it's it's magic, which they don't even I don't think they even quite understand exactly what's going on with you. I think they may think it's whatever, camera trips or holograms or something like that.
Yep.
All right.
I think if that's the end of the move, that right?
Yep.
I think a pillar might step into and just touch, just put his giant hand on, I think Edvika's shoulder first, and just say like, no, I would be your Eon. We can help figure that out together. And he puts his hand on Theodora, and it's like, and I will be your fan base and help you with the other thing. But we will all be friends together, and we can help Eddie in the same way. But we must end this date and find her now.
What? Date?
Right? Yes, we should find her.
Yeah. Yes. Let's go find her.
All right. Let's go for ice cream, boy.
Nice. Cool. So that was pretty brilliant. Looking at time, we have half an hour, so I am going to make a couple of logical leaps to move a little bit of plot forward. I hope nobody is offended. Turn the page. We're back in the Hawkray residence. Meanwhile, at Hawkray Academy. All right. Meanwhile, at the Hawkray residence and in your apartment, the two of you guys have gotten off the floor. And your mother, Dr. Hawkray, minor super scientist, She takes a drink of water and says, "Son, Eddie, we need to talk about something. I was right, but there's also more." And then there is a knock at the door. Some time has passed, so there is a knock at the door. Adam, what do you do? I assume you can be like out of costume if you wish. It's you can possibly move your costume off of you, I guess. I don't know.
I'll go look through the little hole.
Cool. There's Pillar and Theodora and Harvester.
Was Harvester there for the original date? Well, the jig is pretty much up at this point anyway. No, Harvester wasn't. Wow.
No, Harvester was doing training at the time.
I don't know anything about the date the two of you went on.
That's true.
I don't
You
know
did not breathe.
anything about that. I know nothing about the date.
You were excluded from the group date.
Okay, so I'm out of my costume. I'm just dressed as a regular person, and I'm going to open the door. But so I do get XP, however, because
Theodora knows.
Theodora knows. So I get to actually have 2 advances.
There you go.
Okay, so I'll open the door.
I want to say your name was John, right? Was it John? No. I know you had the rocky road, right?
Kid Adam.
Theodora.
Oh, Adam. Right. You should let us in.
Couldn't keep you out if I tried.
That is true.
Hey, everyone. My face is like swollen.
Are you all right?
I'm really cold and I have a headache. I think that's what happens when you cry too much.
Cry? What? Oh yeah, no. I'm sure it's upsetting. Look,
Yeah, it's a good de-stressor. You should try it sometime.
No, I don't. It's not a thing I do. But look, now that you're calmed down, I'd like to take you back to Eon. They can help you. And you don't have to stay there. You're not going to be a prisoner. They're not going to do any experiments on you. They'll do some tests to try and help you figure it out, but I will be there the whole time watching, and I will not let them hurt you.
Why should I? Sorry, I don't. What? I have to go back to Optimax.
I don't think you should.
Why?
They sent a supervillain to pick you up in a van, honey.
Well,
That's not good people.
Because there isn't going to be anyone at Optimax to make sure that they take care of you. And after what happened in the city, after what just happened, your people are going to be after you.
Yeah,
there's no way that stays quiet.
I know, but that's normal. So it's okay.
It's not. You have to. Sorry. You're not going to be safe if you don't.
It's okay. They'll put me in containment. Don't worry about it. I feel like I had more control over it this time, so I don't think I will impact anyone else. Oh, are you okay?
Yeah, and
Do you want water?
Dr. Hawkray is there. She's actually gotten out of bed and kind of struggled. She's leaning against the door frame of her bedroom, and she says,
Mom.
Eddie, honey, you don't understand. My preliminary analysis on the blue juice is that it not only has aspects of the Fornos collective, but there are also strands of your genetic material. I think they found some way to harness your power.
Nice.
Well, they're mixing it with people's organs, so
Oh.
no, not nice. No.
I guess
Are
not.
Are you saying Optimax is where Blue's coming from?
Yes. The way that these strands were spliced together, I'm only aware of Optimax being involved in this kind of work on an RNA DNA level.
Well, maybe we should all go pay them a visit right now.
I mean, I don't know if I'm really comfortable with that.
Harvester, I would be happy to turn over my research to Aeon. I think this is very important.
Ma'am, and I kind of go over there, and so is she like in a whole like hospital bed with like tubes coming out of her and stuff? What is it like? How sick is she?
Yeah, Adam, how sick is she at this point?
I don't think it's a tubes situation, but like
it's not like hospice.
It's kind of like home hospice.
Okay.
So
she's got a scarf around her head because of a chemo that took her hair.
Normally they hook you up with a thing that dispenses the chemicals while you walk around.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm sorry you have me at a say, ma'am, I'm sorry you have me at a disadvantage. We haven't been introduced.
Dr. Hawkray. I
and
know a little bit about science, and
I know, I heard that your son is this your son?
Yes.
And he's a metahuman of some kind?
Yes, yes, an experiment of mine went wrong, and I was lucky that he survived.
Well, that happens in the pursuit of knowledge.
Is he a danger?
I'm right here, Advika.
Wait, what? How do you know me? Where do you know me from?
I think that I just like show off like Kid Reactor's powers. Like I touch something and I turn into it. Like the table. I turn to wood.
And like, kind of little momentary start. Oh. Okay. Yes, ma'am. I would be happy to bring your notes to and sorry, this is me as a player. What's my mentor's my scientist mentor?
Oh, scientist mentor would be Alexis Greenfield.
Alexis Greenfield. I say I'll bring your notes directly to Alexis Greenfield.
Oh, good. She's good people.
And I nod curtly once in agreement. Yes, she is. And I say, this is a lot.
Yeah. I mm, I mean, I'm okay with this going to Aeon, but do we have to take down Optimax? Like, I don't.
I mean, I just thought it would be fun. If you're not feeling up for it, you can take a 40Zs or something.
I think we need. I think we. It's not something we can do right now, but
I feel like this is like, you know, like they took me in, so then, you know, like you don't. This is you give something and you get something back, right? So they took my DNA and I get to stay there, right?
What about the Fornos aliens? Are they captive there?
I don't know.
No, because you're until you're 18, you can't sign a contract like that.
I think Pillar has. He'll add to this too. Say to Eddie, I don't understand these. I guess maybe I don't know for sure, but I'm only 6 months old or so, but no one here has asked me to repay them when you were friends to me and showed me where to live. They never took anything that I gave to them and made it into something dangerous that we had to punch a coach over. What makes you unique should be your own. You already are the best Eddie. Why should other people be Eddie instead when they can't do it nearly as well? I don't like what these people are doing. And I don't know anyone that works there, but I know that Advika works at Aeon, and I trust that she can look after you. She promised me.
Oh, are you comforting or supporting me?
I'm comforted and supported by that, so I'm pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was going for that. That makes sense to me. I've had an influence over you, right? Yeah. So an 8 total.
Okay. Yeah, I think it looks like I'm struggling. I'm like, oh, I guess that's true. I guess that is true. And I start crying again.
Nice.
Cue group
Nice.
hug.
That would be a nice little way to wrap that up as you guys moving forward to.
Yeah, that's a good scene wrap. Yeah.
I like that too. Cool. I'm wondering if maybe this is a point where we move to a bit of epilogue. It feels like.
Yep.
Seem appropriate. All right. So we're gonna move to epilogue. And in epilogue, I think what I'd like is a page or so trying to understand what is the next phase. Where do we find each of you? I think it's kind of a lot of this is hinged on Eddie's choice of what she wants to do about this stuff. So I feel like, Agatha, you should probably lead it off, because otherwise people might lean in towards where you go. So is that make sense? So imagine that some time has passed. This is almost like an epilogue of what do we see in the next phase for Eddie for hashtag? Is that clear?
Yeah, I
Cool,
feel
cool.
like
Okay.
this is let's see. It's so it looks like Eddie is sitting somewhere in one of those interrogation / like confession rooms, or just like it's a very like, you know, it's a very sparse room with a table there, and then and then you can see like there's like recording stats like on this whatever the panel, and she's like, and this is what I know. And then it's like, and someone like presses a button to like end recording. And like, think maybe it's Anita. I'm not sure. I think she's like, good work today. Are you ready to go to your training now? And then I think Eddie is like, I hate training. I don't want to run. And then like Anita goes to like open the door, and then everyone else is there, and probably Advika is like at the front holding freaking jump ropes. And and then I think that's just like maybe Eddie is like, no, and that's the
Nice. That's cute. That's really cool. Who'd like to do the next epilogue?
Knock yourself out if you want to, or I can go either way.
Sure. I think we see Eddie and Kid Reactor out on a date as like superheroes, and they're like up on a roof with the like over a drive. There's like a drive-through theater, right? So there's like big screen, but they're like up on the roof of like a building nearby. And they have like little like deck chairs there, and they're in costume watching.
Yes, drive-through theater. Now I have to have a drive-through theater in New Gauntlet City.
I don't wear costume though.
Or whatever. That's interesting. Because you really have no distinction between your superhero and regular person identities. Huh.
Huh.
Then maybe Kid Reactor is like in costume with his mask off. There with you.
Nice juxtaposition. I like it. Who's next?
I'll go. Theodora, if you want to have the last word.
What would Pillar too?
Oh, that's right. That's right. David jumped in. It's Harvester, Advika in a like super crisp dress uniform, with like the beret, you know, and she is and she's got the arms are like tucked in under her jacket, and I'm ringing the doorbell to Kid Reactor's house, and I've got my mentor there with me, and this is and like and very clearly like I have asked her to come visit her, so that they can go over the research, and like, you know, she's got like a whatever, like a attaché case with her, like a high-tech attaché case, so they can go there and together go over the, you know, go over her findings kind of in person. And I've you know, and like clearly like I've made the introductions and stuff like that. I think it's specifically at a time when KR isn't home, because I don't want to, because I'm keeping his secret from her, from my mentor. But just the scene of, you know, of my introducing them and making sure that they're, you know, that they meet each other, because it sounded like she admired her, like his mom admired her and stuff like this, and, you know, and while they're doing their thing, I'm like making tea for them and stuff like that, and just kind of keeping out of the way while they do their thing.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got one for Pillar too, I think. So I think maybe just in the foreground or something, it's just Evika and Theodora like arguing over something. We don't really know what it is. And then Pillar kind of just like stomps over and he opens that little like trap door in his chest and he brings out like 2 handfuls of something and lowers them down, like one to each of you. And it's just like charcoal ice cream. And he pulls out like a little like handful of dandelions and throws them on the floor. And you just see that maybe he has like a bow tie like around his head because it didn't quite fit over his neck. And then that's it.
It's a great date. So the camera starts with Theodora holding up her finger to her lips and then like kicking open an Optimax door on a raid, but it pulls back and it's actually just someone watching their phone. And Theodora is walking in a library, except she's not dressed in her fancy Theodora outfit. She's actually got her hair pulled back and she's kind of mild-mannered. And she runs her fingers along the spines of the books. And then she pulls down a big tome. And on the front it says, Elementals. And then starts looking up and she's like, Stone. We got to help Free Pillar. And that's where that ends.
Nice. And then I'm going to be selfish, and I hope you guys don't mind, but I'm going to take a little last page of our miniseries where we see first the exterior of Optimax Industries headquarters and gleaming building in downtown. And then we come in to one of a panel showing the view from the outside of the river and everything. And we see the nameplate. And of course, it's like, who would have this nameplate? But it's a comic. So it says Phoebe T. Buck, CEO. And Phoebe's got a really sleek looking peach, not Apple, but peach Chromebook up. And there are a few images on there of people, like it's some kind of Skype call. And there's a person, like an underling, obviously an underling. He's giving a report, and he says, the raid from Marshal Theodora has been partitioned. We have our lawyers on it already. Don't worry. You are isolated from that exposure, Miss Buck. And she says, good. And then a couple more reports happen of other information. And then there's one woman, obvious scientist, from the lab coat, and she says, unfortunately, Eddie Hirsch is no longer an available asset to continue the project that had been begun with her. So we are at a standstill on that particular initiative, Miss Buck. And Phoebe Buck says, understood. That's not the only Hirsch that we have. And so that would be the end of our game. All right. So let's do our end of session stuff, just because I like to hear people talk about whether they grew closer, grew into their own image of themselves, or grew away from the team. True of often Hirsch. That's good. Another dad joke. Look at you racking them up. All right. We're going to go in reverse order of the epilogues. So we will start with Marshal Theodora. Did you grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team?
Oh, man. I think ultimately closer to the team. It was a complex process of doing all those things. And yeah, it's going to go to Pillar, I think.
Nice. So that means Pillar gains influence. Did you already have influence, I think? And you get to clear condition or mark potential.
Yeah. I think I get to shift your labels in this case. And how do I feel about Dorn? feel like I want to put mundane up, and I think maybe danger down.
All right. Fun fact: Theodora's danger kind of sucks, actually, which is why she does everything flashy and over the top and rolls with superior as much as she can.
Nice. Sweet. Thank you very much. So, David, did you grow closer, grow into your own image, or grow away from the team?
Yeah, I think I feel like he grew closer too.
Cool. Who made you feel welcome?
Yeah, tricky. Definitely one of the dates. I forget who I gave it to last time. I think it might have been Theodora, right? So maybe I'll do Advika this time, I think.
Cool. And you can also clear condition or mark potential. Advika, did you already have influence?
Let me see. I have influence over Pillar, yes.
Okay, so you can swap out those labels or move one up and one down.
I want to move your Savior up and your Freak down.
Nice. And then Jim, for Harvester.
Closer to the team.
Made you feel
And
welcome.
I think it was Theodora. We kind
Nice.
of we came to an understanding.
After all that fussing.
I think that's but that's it. But like that's teenagers, man.
I know, I love it.
That's
I'm
totally like
that's what I love.
like
I think I'm gonna up your mundane, and I think I gotta hack one off a soldier actually.
sure.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, and the other thing, and for my advancement, Rich, I took one of the advancements is someone loses influence over you permanently, and I took the sergeant for that.
Townsend. Oh,
So Aeon can still have influence over me, but like I find her, like she's not a great soldier in my opinion. So, all
I'll
right.
just mark it on the.
So
little
my
NPCs.
mundane's going up and my soldier's going down. There we go.
Kid Reactor.
And I can clear a condition.
Closer to the team.
Nice. Who made you feel welcome?
Harvester.
Whoa. Okay.
So obviously, Kid Reactor / Adam has an important relationship with Eddie, but like that's not actually about the team. That's kind of about them.
That's true.
But this is the session where everyone, or well, not everyone, but the session where Theodora and Harvester learned who Kid Reactor really is, and it was definitely a bigger moment with Harvester. So
Nice. Did you already have influence over Kid Reactor, Harvester?
I do.
All right, do that label shift. And are you marking condition or clearing condition or marking potential? Kid Reactor? No, Kid Reactor has the choice. So
I'll clear guilty.
nice.
And I am lowering your Freak and raising your Savior.
Okay.
And then last but not least, Agatha for hashtag.
I definitely grew closer to the team. I think the team came together for hashtag like big time. And the person that made me feel welcome was Pillar. I feel like Pillar's final speech. It was a build-up, but I feel like that really left a deep impression.
Yeah, nice.
On Eddie.
Did you already have influence, Pillar, over Eddie?
Yeah, I did.
You get to shift one of her labels up and another down. Are you clearing a condition hashtag or marking potential?
I'm going to clear insecure. I think I will keep afraid as a constant condition, but yeah.
There isn't a condition of doesn't want to work out, so that reads.
I think in this case I'm gonna
Guilty.
Nah.
I'm gonna raise your superior, being the unique one, and maybe lower Freak.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool. We are right at time. If folks want to stick around to do last feedback, that would be fantastic. If folks need to go, totally respect that. We're going to take a 2-minute bio break, and whoever's here in a couple minutes, we'll chat. And anybody else needs to go, thank you so much for giving me your time. And it's been a fantastic game. So we'll see you in a couple minutes.